In this video, we're doing the driveway and the landscape on my second home build. Let's get into the video.
Tell me what to do.
Fucking stupid contractor. Yeah.
His tire, you going to be the more punch?
You think?
Yeah,
For sure?
for sure.
You want to wait?
I'm here.
Como pagar por extra?
One was okay, let me 300, 200, just pay his day. O sea, how much work?
Yes, I was just meeting with the drywall contractor. We did the drywall, and then the tile contractor came, and the tile guy was fucking hitting the drywall on the fucking wall, putting holes everywhere. Yeah, he's got quite a bit of touch-ups to do. Right, he'd say it would take about a half a day, and I'm paying like $200-300. But it is what it is. Part of construction, stuff that you don't really budget for. Got to be done. So that he's doing that right now. We're actually doing the driveway. They already started doing some of the grading with the mini excavator. They are digging out the, I think you call it the head wall. Whatchamacallit, that driveway down there, you can see the head wall. This is the culvert right here. That black pipe is the culvert. Some people, they just pour the driveway right on top of the culvert without doing like a head wall or any like real structural enforcing deal to keep the driveway from washing out. We're gonna put a nice head wall in there. It costs, I don't know, maybe an extra $1,000 or something, $2,000 to frame it up and pour strong concrete there. Let's see what they're talking about. Una problema es no puerta.
Yeah, I know this is what I told them if
Basically what they're saying is the pipe is like, I don't know, 20 feet, and that last 1 foot is pretty weak. And on the last fucking driveway we poured, the contractor didn't do anything to enforce that. So that's like the weakest part of the pipe, because maybe it's where you connect another piece of the pipe. It's like the female end of the pipe. It's pretty weak. On the last driveway we poured, it collapsed because they pour all that concrete on top of it, and that's the weakest part of the pipe, so it collapsed. So right now he's talking about a way to keep that from happening, because the culvert's not exactly set directly straight with the driveway, which just learning from our mistake. Anyways, they're doing the prep work right now. They just did all the grading. For the driveway, my property line's right here. For 10 feet or 12 feet, I think it's 12 feet, we'll call it right here. It has to be completely flat with the road, because this is a floodway, and you can't do anything to obstruct the flow of water this way. So it has to be flat until right here, and then we can slope up into the garage, which isn't a big deal. So that's why it's gonna kinda, at the end, you'll see it has a pretty big slope. Right now they're just doing the dirt work, and then we're gonna start putting up the forms, and should be a 2-day job. You go? Told you I built this bitch.
this is the level right here, but the straight, right?
Yeah.
So this guy, he put the hoses with the water on it. They had to be at the same level. Like right now, they don't move.
Oh, level for the line right
Yeah,
there?
see?
But the line's right here, huh?
No, this one right here. Pick him up a little bit more. So if this guy pick him up, and the water go up over there. Look, see? This is like a more like always style with, you know what I mean? Like 90s or 80s or whatever. Cool.
How much are you selling that for?
you can go get it for fucking $10 or something like that.
No, he said that they usually use, like, I've seen a string level been used, so like a long piece of string with a little level on it. But he says they usually use a laser level, so a laser that shines like a perfect straight line. But they left that today, so that he had to use that little water hose to figure out, because we needed the driveway to be level from the street. So they had to use that level to figure out the elevation. So that's pretty cool. All right, 5 o'clock, end of day 1 of the driveway prep, or the flatwork prep. Here's all the forms. We got the head walls formed up on both sides of the culvert. We got the forms up for the driveway. Here's the concrete steps part. So there's gonna be a little sidewalk right here, and then there's gonna be a step here, and then there's gonna be another step right there. It's kind of off to the side, and there's gonna be another step right here leading into the front door. So kind of little different steps. I mean, obviously it's not 3 steps all symmetrical. I think it's gonna kind of look unique. One thing I do need to talk to him though, I don't know if we're gonna put concrete right here. There's 2 options, either put concrete right here or leave this open and put rocks and a big plant, a bigger rock or something, but I'll figure that out. So here's the driveway, there's a sidewalk and the steps. So far, the only problem that I know of today went really smooth. This clean out, the plumbers put this clean out directly in line with the edge of the driveway. So therefore I have to get the plumber back out here to move that. Probably need to move it over to like right here. We're not pouring the driveway tomorrow like we kind of planned. We're actually pouring it Saturday in 2 days, so I'll have time to get that moved. Looks like they didn't get the steps formed or the AC pad formed up. That's a wrap on day 1 prep. They're gonna be pouring in 2 days. Told y'all I built this bitch.
There's a 3,000 psi. So there's very stronger concrete. Now we do it 3,000 psi all the time for foundation, for flatwork.
We said 10 yards?
It's 10 yards in one truck.
10 yards in one truck?
Yeah.
So you think we can pour the whole thing in one
No,
truck?
no, no, no.
So you'll wait to see it and say, hey, I need fucking this much.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a good thing. And when you put the tape on, it'll blow out with the foundation. Eh?
All right, it's September the 9th. That means we have 6 days left on the build. Saturday, about 10 in the morning. Right now we're pouring the driveway, as you can see. I think this is the first truck. I think it's 10 yards maybe. I may be wrong, but either way it's out. So we're gonna have to order a kicker, which is gonna be basically, instead of getting a full truck, we're gonna get a half truck or something like that to pour the rest of the driveway. We've got the steps poured right here going into the front. I think they're gonna look pretty cool. And then we'll have to use the rest of the concrete to pour the AC pad and the back steps on the back door. All right, looks like they're finishing up the forms for these back steps. Kind of looks funky the way they did it, but I mean, this is how it's supposed to be done. You just can't really tell until the concrete gets poured in there and it all levels out and they knock off the forms. But let me see, they're 1'10" because I only have 2 feet of room to mess with. So whenever you walk out, there's gonna be a handrail right here. Let's just hope whoever's walking down the steps ain't wider than 2 foot. You ain't gonna be able to fit. Ain't gonna be using the back door too often, but we ain't got the AC pad formed up yet. Driveway flat work day is going good. They should have everything poured probably here in about 2 hours once that other truck gets here. Then we'll just be putting a finish on it, knocking the forms off, and flat work will be done. All right, we got like 3 days left on the build. It's 12 o'clock on Wednesday, and Saturday is the last day that I have for the build challenge. We are starting the landscape. They tore down the silt fence and they're starting to put down this, I guess. I don't know, fuck, I guess I told him topsoil. I guess this is topsoil. What do y'all think? Does that look like fucking soil? I don't fucking know. But anyways, it is what it is. One problem I'm about to have to talk to him is we need 3 foot of natural ground. My property line runs right here. So another to about right here, all the way down my property line, it has to be like what they call natural ground, meaning it has to be flat. I mean, as you can see, this foot over here is a little bit higher. They didn't knock out enough dirt, so he's gonna have to fucking change it. So let's go talk to him. Woo! We're gonna fail.
Why?
3 foot of natural ground.
3 foot, that's right here.
3 foot on either side of the property line. My property is like right there. He's probably gonna be watching this video, but he did my last house. I don't know why, what's confusing. We have a drainage rule where you have to have 3 foot of natural ground. He already knew that. So now we got a fucking problem. Okay, so since it's a rental, we're gonna do very low maintenance because we all know renters ain't gonna do shit. So with that said, they ain't gonna water the lawn, they ain't gonna fucking pull weeds. So I'm doing everything low maintenance as possible. So of course for the yard itself, we're putting down like an inch or so of topsoil, and then we're just gonna lay St. Augustine sod because that's what's native, the most popular here in the Houston area, does good in hot temperatures. And then we're gonna have two little landscape flower bed areas. This area, we're gonna put limestone rock, I'll show you in a second. And then, so we're gonna put a white rock and a big boulder right here. And then in this area is gonna be the second flower bed. We're gonna put more limestone rock and then 4 plants that I'll show you right now. So let's go check it out. That's, in summary, that's pretty much the whole scope of work for the landscape. Relatively simple. Here's the, ow, motherfucker. Okay, so here's the plants that I'm gonna be using. I forget the name of these. They're like kind of like part of the cacti family, meaning they're super durable. You know, cactus survive in the desert, so that's what I'm trying to prep for because tenants ain't gonna water nothing. So with that said, they should require very little water. Apparently they do pretty good in the winter when it gets cold. For the 2 months out of the year it does that. And then here's the limestone rock. This is maybe like probably on average like 2-inch limestone rock. I think the white color kind of goes with the house instead of doing like a brown river rock or something like that that they have over on that house. That is the material, that's the scope of work. Other than that, they just had to clean up the ditch a little bit and do some grade work, maybe a couple hours of grade work to get everything fine-tuned because we do have a drainage inspection. Other than that, the landscape should take about 2 days to finish. Peace. I don't know if I can cut it before that. All right, it's like 9 in the morning. Probably looks like I just woke up because I kind of did. Got bedhead. I woke up this morning with day 59 of the build. Tomorrow's day 60. Tomorrow's the only paint touch-up day. Long story short, this is the electricity company called Entergy. And I'd been told they weren't gonna connect the power until Monday, which would be like day 62 of the build. So would I really have finished if they wouldn't have connected the power? I don't know. But I got a call this morning right after I woke up, and it was Entergy office lady. She said, hey, it's your lucky day. They're gonna be connecting the power as long as there's no lightning in the area. And they showed up, they're connecting the power. So that means we're at least on track to finish the build in 60 days as long as I can find a oven range somewhere local and go pick it up and install it, because the one they delivered, that Home Depot delivered this morning, was dented. So other than that, we're on track to finish. Told y'all I built this bitch. Okay, so the full concrete flatwork driveway steps, everything is finished, as well as the landscape. So let's check it out. So here's the driveway. Looks perfect in my opinion. I know I got a lot of haters on TikTok saying, oh, yeah. The driveway looks great. Here it is. Well, first let's start back here. We talked about the culvert being a little off-centered to the left, that way. And it did happen to be off-centered a little bit. So the driveway is not perfectly straight, but you know, I learned from my mistakes. So next time I'll make sure to set the culvert straight. This one has a little curve to it, maybe like 4 inches where the driveway kind of goes to the right. Anyways, I don't think that really hinders the quality of the work and whatnot. It just has a little cut in it. So there's that. Next is these head walls. They did a great job, have everything walled up. So now when all this water comes running through this ditch, since this is a floodway right here on the street, sometimes the water levels during the flash floods do get above the edge of the concrete all down this street. It's very important to have good head wall protection here. Some of the neighbors who don't have it have washouts all under their driveway, and these guys did a great job with the head wall, got it all framed up and walled off. The culvert and driveway will be protected in this area during flash flood. So right here you can see we have a bunch of joints in here. It's this like decorative little deal right here where they put this little pattern on it and they finish the edge. It's called a picture frame, makes it look good. Next we got several joints in the concrete to protect it from busting and breaking. So if you didn't have this many joints in the concrete and you had a break, you would have to bust out a large section of the concrete to make the repair. Whereas here, if you have a break in the concrete, simply bust out this one little section make it a lot cheaper repair. Here's the steps coming into the front door, kind of modern looking different steps. Instead of having some 3-foot wide symmetrical steps coming in, we have some like offsets going on, kind of makes it look cool. From here, obviously you say the landscape is done. We put in about 1 inch of topsoil, and then we put in this San Augustine sod, which is the most common grass type here in the neighborhood and here in Houston, Texas, really. St. Augustine or Bermuda, but I went with St. Augustine because it's what all the neighbors have. But one thing I did learn is that I'm pretty sure I need more like 3 to 4 inches of topsoil below the sod instead of like 1 inch of topsoil. So on my future builds, I'll make sure to bring in more topsoil to make sure this sod has the best possible chance to survive and thrive. So the grass overall looks good, happy with it. Here's the front landscape area. Like I said, to make this as low maintenance as possible, we got these cactus-like plants right here that hopefully withstand the Houston heat. But we got these 4 minimalist kind of designed plants, and then we have the limestone, about 2-inch limestone rock bed here. And also right here, we have another rock bed and a big, probably $300 rock. You know, those plants may have been $50 each, but I'll probably have to replace them at some point in the future, and I'm guaranteed I will never have to replace this rock. It'll be here forever. So maybe I'll get a return on the investment there, never have to replace it. That's kind of the front of the house. Let's go check out the back. So coming around the back here is the property. The property only extends from the back of the house to about right here. And this is all we have to work with. So we just put sod down right here, stopped it at my property line. Here's the back steps. The back of my other house, it's a little bit of a rig over there. I've got railroad tie step system with a retaining wall. So it's a joke. I learned from that experience, where this time I walled up the back of the foundation there so I didn't have to put a retaining wall. And then I just simply put some steps coming out of the back of the house. They're not the largest steps, but you know, when you come out of the house, you have a little handrail here. You have probably 2 feet 3 inches of room if you're 28 inches wide. Maybe just use the front door, I don't know. The steps turned out good. Grass, it's all right. Here's the pad for the AC unit. I've already kind of gotten roasted in the comments for this, but you learn from your mistakes. That's all I do. I trial and error. I ain't got someone out here telling me how to build the house. It's my second home build. I'm learning and building as I go. What I did was, here's the pad that the concrete contractor poured. And yes, it is an upgrade. It is better than just a little thin slab provided by the HVAC contractor. But the problem is, maybe it's the architect's fault, maybe it's my fault, but the AC unit not supposed to be placed in the corner, because this thing needs air circulation, and being stuck in a corner here, it doesn't get the most, I guess, available air to it to be able to do its job. So, you know, maybe I could have did a better job by pouring the concrete base a little further away from the house, maybe like right here, got a little further away from the house, give it more air. But anyways, just learn as I go. I'll do it somewhere else next time. And then here's the side of the yard. Just more grass. You'll notice, I don't know if you can tell on camera, but you should be able to tell that right here I'm standing in a low spot, and then the grade goes up to the sides of the houses, and that's because I just had to build the foundation up here because we're in a floodplain. But yeah, there's a little swell here that will allow water to drain out to the road. That is it for the driveway and landscape. Okay, so for the driveway and landscape cost, here are the numbers. The driveway cost $6,908, and I hired one turnkey contractor to handle all the material and all the labor. So the total cost, I paid $6,908, which I think I got a pretty good price. Next is the landscape. I paid $4,283.50. You know, I kind of trust that landscaper. He does a good job. He's dependable. I probably could have found someone to do a little bit cheaper, but at the end of the day, trying to build it in 60 days, build the house in 60 days, and did not have time to go out and search for another guy to beat the job by 200 bucks. So overall, I think he did a good job, and I like the design here. I think it hopefully should last a long time. The only bad thing about the landscape is I did not put in an irrigation system, sprinkler system, but a tenant is not going to run the sprinklers, and that's just something that's going to cause more maintenance in the future when those things break or whatever. And I know those repairs are pretty expensive. So that's the total cost for the driveway and landscaping. The next video will be on the home tour, and also I'll be revealing if I was actually able to build this house in 60 days. So make sure to subscribe down below so you don't miss that video that's coming out in a couple days. Thanks for watching. Peace out.